Hello, hello, hello. Surprise, I'm live. I know it's not my typical time, I'm not even planned. What happened was that I really wanted to film a TBR video for the month of March because I'm participating in the Realmathon. But I ran out of time. Today's the last day of the month. And so I thought instead of me doing video and then editing it and all that, I thought I would just get on here and do a live version of it. I'm going to wait a few minutes and see if anyone else is notified that I am live. I don't know. I thought I'd do something a little bit different this time around and see how that would go. Yeah, I just thought I'd do something a little bit different. Okay, so I am doing a live stream version of my TBR for the month of March. I am participating in Realmathon that is hosted by Cassidy, Covers with Cassidy. Her announcement video is in the description box down below. Her video has all the rules and basically there's not a lot of rules. It is a team-based one, so you know all the prompts ahead of time. So there's that. And so I am on the Monarch team, and each team has bonus prompts based on that team. And my team's bonus prompts are set in a made-up place. So it's a place that you can't find on a map. So like a lot of small town romances or cozy mysteries are set in a made-up place, but it's set in our real world, but you can't find on a map. So that would count. And also things with politics would apply for our team bonus as well. So really, you can't really go wrong with a lot of fantasy novels. And then as a whole, you would get a bonus for urban setting. It doesn't have to be just an urban setting. And then also there is the way the Realmathon works is you read books and you always get bonus points for the page numbers. And then certain page numbers are a certain number. It's worth a certain amount. But I also wanted to, so there's like prompts that can boost up your team score or prompts that you can use to attack the other teams. And so I have a small stack of books that I personally own. And then I also have a slightly larger stack of library books. And I thought it would be fun to go through the books that I have available for you to see what I have available for prompts and stuff like that. I'm just going to send this out to a couple people and see if anybody would like to participate to view this, I guess. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I thought I would start with my pile of library books. So I have two different stacks. One needs to be read sooner than the other. So our library, you can check out books for like 2 weeks at a time, 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks at a time, and they will automatically renew for you up to 6 weeks unless someone's requested it. So a lot of these books have been talked about a lot online and some of them not so much. So I'm just going to get started. And I thought I would tell you the book and then maybe give you some ideas of ways it could be used for the Realmathon. I have a lot of stuff on my desk here. Okay, so book number 1 is Divine Rivals. It is let me tell you the page number here. It is 353 pages. So to read this, I'm going to get 20 extra points for my team. I'm pretty sure there's politics in here, so it would be an extra 10 points. And I'm pretty sure it's a made-up place. So another 10 points. So right there is 30 points. So right off the bat. I haven't read this. I know there is a sequel to it. I'm going to read the first one. I'm going to put it on the floor there. All right, this next one is Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. It is a continuation of the Dark Souls trilogy, or the All Souls trilogy. I read Discovery of Witches and then the next two books in the series, and I was at the library and I was like, wow, I didn't know they had another one. Features the same characters and their kids and stuff, and there's magic and time travel and things of that nature. So, yay. Next, I have Unravel Me. I own the first book, Shatter Me. I want to continue the series. The library has the entire series, so I thought, why not start reading one at a time? Here we go. There is a bonus prompt. There is a prompt that has like a 2-word bonus, 2 words in the title, so that would work on this one. To attack someone, 2-word title. Okay. Next. This one says for fans of Hunger Games on the front. It's called Enclave. It's by Anne Aguirre. I am horrible at pronouncing names. It says in Deuce's world, an enclave deep underground, people earn the right to a name only to survive the first 15 years. By that point, each unnamed brat has trained to join one of 3 groups: breeders, builders, or hunters, identifiable by the number of stars they bear on their arms. Deuce has wanted to be a huntress for as long as she can remember. So here's that. I'm going through. Okay, so Alice says she wanted to start the Shatter Me series. You totally should. I like her writing style, and it's a really quick read. It's an easy read, and if I'd had the second book, I would have started the second book immediately when I ended the first one. Okay. Let me, so I'm going to go through all of them, and then I'm going to do a recap, I guess. All right. Next one is The Kinder Poison. I picked this up for the Clue Readathon because of the purple cover. We get extra points for the purple cover, but I never got around to reading it, so I'm reading it now. And the cover says, a girl destined to die, a weapon more powerful than any blade. There's kingdoms and whatnot. It's a pretty cover. And then finally, my first batch of books, Crown of Bones by A.K. Wilder. It's a little, they have like plastic covers on there, so it's a little shiny. It says, for fans of epic fantasies and sweeping adventures, this ensemble cast will immerse you in a world of unique magic, breathtaking actions, and unforgettable characters. So we got that set right there. Now, I know there's a lot here, but I'm kind of a mood reader sometimes, so I wanted to have a variety to choose from. And so sometimes I like the team-based ones where you kind of know ahead of time what you're going to read. And sometimes I like the prompt ones. So this one is by David Baldacci, One Good Deed. It's set in 1949. There's a small town. It's based in a real town, but I'm pretty sure there's politics involved in this one. If not, there's a lot of other prompts to add or attack power. So. Next, I have Six of Crows. I've not read this. I know it's been out a while. I just haven't had time to read it. So I picked it up from the library. And no, I have not. I haven't read it at all, but I'm going to give it a try. Maybe give it a try. We'll see. So the thing is, my little Huntsville Public Library has a whole like teen section, and that's where most of these YA fantasy books are from. So I got Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. She had been innocent once, a little girl playing with feathers on the floor of a devil's lair. She wasn't innocent now. So got this one. Next, I have, it's called The Dragon Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. They had like 4 or 5 of these in the series. So if I like this, a lot of these were our first in the series. So next, The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. So the back says, I wish I could have seen his face as he spoke, because I think he knew, he must have, that this threat, the crimp in our supposedly glorious future, had nothing to do with the kids who had died. Buried underground or burned into ash, they couldn't do anything but haunt the memories of the people who had loved them. They were gone forever. And that symptoms list, the one that we sent home folded and stapled by teachers, which was aired 100 times over on the news as the faces of the dead scrolled along the bottom of the screen, they were never scared of the kids who might die or the empty spaces they would leave behind. They were afraid of us, the ones who lived. That one is 488 pages. I was getting 40 points for my team. There may or may not be politics in this one. We'll see after everything's said and done. All of these from the library, I could do for the prompt of new to TBR, because they're all brand new to my TBR. Okay. My daughter picked this one out for me. I told her, hey, pick me out a fantasy novel. So she picked out Slade. The family that slays together stays together. Daphne Van Helsing hates being a vampire slayer. All she wants is a normal life. Friends, school, her own room, but her parents had devoted their lives to the cause, and Daphne's along for the ride. Their latest job is in Maine, where not only are they hunting a fierce strain of vampires, but they're forced to work with the Harkers, a rival slayer family. Just her luck. Tyler Harker is totally crushworthy, and he's her sworn enemy. But just when things start looking up, something truly evil comes to town, something more powerful and more frightening than anything Daphne's encountered before. She thought she'd seen hell on earth, but ain't seen nothing yet. It's a teen Simon & Schuster book. It is, let's see how many pages we got here. $246. So okay, might be a quicker read. And then this next book I've been wanting to read for a while. It's published by another author here on AuthorTube. She's professionally published, and it's a book by Lyselle Sambury, Blood Like Magic. I've not been able to get my hands on it yet, and now I was super ecstatic to see that it was in the library. It is 484 pages, so another 40 points pause book. Yeah, there. Who knows what else it could be, but here we go. All right, so those are my library books that I have. All right, so Alice says, I was going to read Six of Crows, but it got pushed off the TBR. That Slade book sounds interesting. Yes, I want to read Blood Like Magic too. I know I could have read Blood Like Magic. Like, I could have bought it. I just didn't have time, and it jumped out at me. So, yay. Yeah, that Slayer book sounds interesting. So, I might start off the month with that one, like a short read, and then a longer read, a short read, a longer read. All right. You ready to see what I have for my physical TBR that's here all the time, staring me at my face? All right. I got this at, where did I get this at? that's right. On my birthday, I went to Target and I bought some books. So Inheritance Games. It is both on mine and my husband's 25 and 25 bingo board. It is, there's this one, The Hawthorne Legacy and The Final Gambit. The Brothers Hawthorne, those are all in the series. One of what two? Oh, this one right here is on your March TBR. Is this the Inheritance Games? Is that what you're referring to, Alice? I've not started it. You know, when I picked it up, I thought it was going to be like a fantasy novel, but it's like set in Texas of all places, so I thought it was cool. Okay. Next. This has been on my shelf for a while. It is Stalking Jack the Ripper. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized the entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all his horrors, and I could not deny it, I was a girl who loved the Ripper. Oh, yeah, that's where it is. So I just now got like my area over here situated. It's in my blog that's coming up, but I have my desk and my computer here. And then to my right here, I have a white bookshelf that has a shelf of library books and a shelf of my physical owned books. And I have a bookshelf in my bedroom, but I want the ones out here that I'm going to see more often, that some will be like staring me in my face. Ooh, yay. I'm glad someone else is going to be reading it with me. All right. So I have this one, The Assassin's Blade, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it this month because I want to finish reading the Court of Thorn and Roses series, which I'm like halfway through that one. So this one, if I get to it in March, will be later on in the month. But I'm going to slowly start building up this series to own. Next, I have The Dead Guy Next Door by Lucy Score. So when I was looking in the bookstore one time, this one, is it this one you have on Libby Hold? Oh, Assassin's Blade. Cool. Hey, we had the same reading taste, I guess you could say. All right, this one. I picked this one up because the cover caught my eye, and I took an idea of how this looked and used it for some book cover ideas. Anyhow, it's I actually had it's like romance suspense. And I actually already read another book by her, but I didn't know about it. Okay. Then I have this book by Holly Jackson called If I Survive. I totally forgot I had this one on there, but here it is. Ready? All right, I have a few more left. I have this one right here, Leather Lark. I had read the first one in the trilogy called, I don't even remember. What's it called? Let's see here. So, The Guy Next Door, it says, for Riley Thorne, it is. Divorced, broke, living with a pack of elderly roommates and those hallucinations Riley's diligently ignoring. Her mom is convinced Riley must be clairvoyant. Just when things seem like they can't get worse, a so hot he should be a legal private investigator shows up on her doorstep looking for the guy next door who turns up murdered. Investigator Nick Santiago doesn't play well with others. He's a rebel, a black sheep, a man who prefers a buffet of options to being stuck with the same entree every night. If you catch his drift. Yeah, stuck with the same entree every night if you catch his drift. But when the pretty, possibly psychic Riley lands at the top of the suspect list for his murder, Nick immediately volunteers to find out who did it. He likes solving mysteries. It has nothing to do with wanting to flex his heroic muscles for Riley. At least that's what he's trying to convince himself. Riley and Nick must join forces to find out who really pulled the trigger, all while keeping a by-the-book, grudge-holding detective at bay and dealing with the gorgeous stranger claiming he's arrived to help Riley own her psychic gifts, all before the killer decides to turn his sights on Riley. That's what it is. Yeah, so I read I'd listened to the Blackbird book. I might listen to it again just to refresh my brain, but yeah. I know some of her books are on Amazon. If you're an e-reader, I know some of them are on Amazon. I don't. So there's that. I know a lot of people were creeped out by the first book, but I really liked it. I enjoyed it. All right. Next, I have this book right here. It is book number 3 in the Court of Thorn and Roses series, and I am on page 156 out of 699. I need to read this one. I also need to get past page 89 of Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, because in a couple months I should be finished with the second book in the trilogy for a reading club that I'm doing. All right. These 2 books right here, there's an author vet in the library, and they are local authors. And so this one is called Friday Night on the Frio River, and it's set in Huntsville, which is where I live. And there's like characters from books that come alive, and they help the main character solve mysteries. And so I thought it was a nice book. It was only like $12 or something like that. And it is 112 pages. So let me get this straight. You have one of the Agatar books. The Assassin's Blade is on hold. And the Inheritance Games. We should start a book club. How's that book reading? So yeah, this is local author Mary Doctorow. I'm guessing, okay? And then I have this other book by Janet K. Schwago. She has like 12 books out. This one is available on Amazon, but I like supporting authors in person when I can. And it features twins and hitman and murder, and here's the cover. This one says, Charles Edwards' once perfect life is shattered when he discovers her husband's infidelity and plans to kill her for an inheritance. Feeling helpless and endangered, Charlie turns to her mirror image twin, who is named Danny. They use their specialized skill sets to assure his plan does not succeed. FBI agent Brian Dees is assigned to investigate Charlie's husband for bank fraud. When the possibility of his ex-fiance's involvement arises in the case, will his feelings override his duty? In the gripping tale of deception and danger, the twins will use an outhouse, a pig farm, and some very sharp knives outmaneuver Jonathan and stay one step ahead of the FBI's investigation. Will they have what it takes to make the dark choices to change their destiny? I also wanted to get the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. I also know that is available on Kindle Unlimited. So how many books is that? Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I'm also counting the Brandon Sanderson one and then the first book in the Zodiac Academy, it is 24 books. Like I said, it is a pile of possibilities. We'll see what I can get to. Really? Awesome. Okay, cool. I have Kindle Unlimited, so that's good to know that it's on there. Thanks for looking it up for me, Alice. So 24 books in the month of March. I'm also working on writing some more of my small town romance series that I'm working on. think I'm on. Anyways, I'm working on that one. And then I'm also going to be doing another short story for an anthology our locals writers group is putting together for the summer. And then I have to finish editing this other short story. So it's going to be a good balance between reading, lots of reading, writing, and also, teaching the kids math. I like this readathon because it's very much a mood reader readathon. Like, plan your TBR ahead of time, obviously, and kind of get an idea of what kind of books you might want to read. But also, there's so many prompts. There's so many prompts that can apply to any type of book, and not just a book that gives you bonus points for your team. So, like for the Realmathon, you can add power. Really? That's awesome. Yeah. So my son is ending 7th grade, and my daughter is like 9th, 10th grade level things. So, but they're both doing 8th grade level math. It's fine. So there's a lot of different prompts. So you always get points added to your team based on the number of pages you read. And then your team prompts, like a book with politics and a book set in a made-up place. It's a place where you cannot find it on a map. If you read those books, you can either add more points to you or use 10 points per one of those prompts to attack another team that you choose. And you get a bonus point if it's an urban setting, and you can get either 10 points added to you or 10 points attacking another team. Some of the prompts are things like you can add a point to your team if you read a book that's been recommended more than once. This is in the title, but not the first word. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't have any of that. And then also, if it's new to my TBR. All of my books are new except for the ones I have in my physical. Like all the books in the library, they're all new. Some other ones are a poll pick, more than one POV, a wealthy character, a favorite trope, morally great character. Yeah, so in the description box down below, there's an announcement video for Covers with Cassidy, announcement video for the readathon. And in that description, there's links to her Discord server that has all the information. And there's like a Google Doc form that explains it all. So basically, it's like four different families are fighting against each other to be all powerful. And the way that you attack other teams is by reading books and applying attack power to the books based on the prompts for that book. And you use up to 5 prompts per book. And so you could always attack. You can always boost it up. So hi, Maggie. And so, yeah, down in the description box, check out the announcement video for Covers with Cassidy, who's hosting and running the readathon. And if you decide to join, you should totally join Team Monarchs because that's the team I'm at. Anyways, hi, Maggie. I was just going through my list of books that I want to possibly read for the month of March. I'm participating in the Realmathon readathon hosted by Cassidy with Books. The announcement video is down in the description box down below. And I will gladly go through the books one more time before I wrap this up. I'm going to start with physical books, and then I'll go to the library books if you'd like. But I was at a local author event today, and I picked up this book. Characters from a book come to life, they solve mysteries. This book, Twins, and hunting the husband that wants to kill one of the twins. Finishing this book right here. Starting this one, The Dead Guy Next Door. And I'm going to be continuing this trilogy here. I listened to the first book, and now I'm going to read the second book. 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. This next book, I want to read it, but I want to read it towards the end of the month because I want to get through the Court of Wings of Ruin and the next 2 books first, but I have it here. And then I also have Stalking Jack the Ripper. And I have the Inheritance Games. This is on mine and my husband's 25 and 25 bingo board. Those are my physical TBR. I also have quite a stack of library books that I grabbed. So let me just grab it one more time. Okay, I'm going to grab the library books and show you what I plan to maybe read. Good. We've joined some more people have joined me. So, okay. I'm participating in the Realmathon that is being hosted by Cassidy, Covers with Cassidy. The announcement videos in the description box down below. It's a team-based readathon. You know what the prompts are ahead of time, and the books you read, you can either use to attack other teams or to boost your own team based on what prompts you use. You use up to 5 prompts per book. There's a Discord server. So I thought I wanted to do a TBR for March video, but I was running out of time. Today's last day of February, so I thought I would just do a rundown of the books that I have here in video format. Yes, so Maggie does have 5 books that are free to get. I have grabbed them, and I plan to read them as well. Thanks for reminding me. So, mainly going to talk about the physical books, and I'm going to mention some ebooks. So, I've read one of Maggie's books. So I'm going to read the books that she has free, and then I want to try reading the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, and yeah. And then I'm also slowly working through Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I have the physical book here. It's not on my desk. I don't like going to find it. I'm on page like 89. It's slow going. Hello, Jenny. How are you doing? Saying hi back and forth. Okay. All right. So take it from the top here. Okay. These are the books I have. Alice has seen this kind of already. You guys stopped in partway through, but I'm going to just redo it one more time. All right. My team that I'm reading for the Realmathon team-based readathon, I'm going to get bonus points for politics and set in a made-up place. So basically any fantasy novel would be great. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I got a half an hour to do this ready, so I'm going to go through my books one more time, kind of get ideas what I like to read, and physical stack of TBR right here. So I got Unravel Me. I own the first book, the Shatter Me book, so I'm going to continue the series. This one is called Enclave. I kind of got it for my daughter, but she hasn't read it yet. And it is called Enclave by Anne Aguirre, and it says for fans of Hunger Games. So why not? I will probably make a list of these books and put it in like a community tab if anyone's interested. Now, this next book is a continuation of the All Souls trilogy, also All Souls series by Deborah Harkness. I read Discovery of Witches and the next two books in the series a while back. And when I was at the library yesterday, I was like, wow, she has another book out. So I picked it up. My daughter picked this one out for me. It's Slade by Amanda Morone, author of Uninvited. She is her last name is Helsing. She's a vampire hunter. She has a wannabe, but then a more powerful creature comes and starts being terrors to everyone. Huh. Okay, that's fair. I haven't read it yet, obviously, so I'm interested. I'm interested to see how it's different from the first to the last. I did think the third book in the series wasn't that great, and I felt like she rushed trying to tie all the things up and make sure there's no loose ends type of thing. Next, I have The Dragon Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. There's wizards, there's dragons, and it's the beginning of a series. So I thought, why not? I wanted to give myself a variety to choose from. So then I have Divine Rivals. I know a lot of people finished reading this recently and talked about it online, so I thought, why not give it a try? Next, I have Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. I've not read any of these books, so I hope I have time to read some books. I am not a daytime writer, so I know I could read during the day and then write at night. So I think that's what I'm going to try doing. Then we have Daughters of Smoke and Bone by Lainey Taylor. It is the first, I think there's like 3 or 4 books in the series in the library. We have Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. When Ruby woke up on her 10th birthday, something about her had changed, something frightening enough to make her parents lock her in the garage and call the police, something that got her sent to Thurmond, a brutal government rehab camp. She might have survived a mysterious disease that had killed most of Americans' children, but she and the others emerged with something far worse, frightening abilities they could not control. And then one of my bonus prompts is politics, and I thought anything with mysteries or thrillers might be political, but I've read some of his other books, and then so I want to give this one a try. It's a standalone, not part of a series. So those are all my library books that I have. And then I have a short stack of, nope, I lied. I got 3 more library books. Crown of Bones by A.K. Wilder. For fans of epic fantasies and sweeping adventures, this ensemble cast will immerse you in a world of unique magic, breathtaking action, and unforgettable characters. Plus, I really like... Hey, love. I decided instead of filming it, I was just going to do a quick live stream, and it'd be there forever for people to view. It was simpler. All right. Next, I have the Inheritance Games. I purchased this one from Target. It's both on mine and my husband's 25 and 25 bingo board that we made for each other. The rest of the series is available at my local library as well. Oh, that's right. Next 2 library books. I have this one, Blood Like Magic. It's by Lacelle Sambury, that we all know and love here on YouTube. I just haven't had a chance to read her book yet. And that one is a nice chunky almost 500 pages. And then I got this one to read for a prompt for February's Clue Readathon because my team was Professor Peacock and purple was a bonus for it, but I never got around to it. So I'm going to keep it and try to read it this time. The Kinder Poison by Natalie May. A girl destined to die, a weapon more powerful than any blade. Probably like 20 more minutes and it'll be done, Jess. Do you want to make some rice to go with it? There's roast in the oven.
Yeah, got some taters.
Or taters, that's fine too. All right, so back to my stuff that I own all the time. Inheritance Games, Stalking Jack the Ripper. This one I am planning on reading towards the end of the month. The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I've Survived by Holly Jackson. Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. I already listened to the first one, so I'm going to read this one. The Dead Guy Next Door. It's Romantic Suspense by Lucy Score. I'm on chapter 16 of Wings and Court of Wings and Ruin. I have this whole 5-book series on my shelf. And then I purchased 2 books this weekend at the reader event here at the library. Friday Night on the Frio River. And I like the opening line to this one. So it's set in Huntsville, Texas, which is where I live. And the opening line says, "It was the hottest summer anyone could remember in Huntsville, Texas. Although you need to know that everyone in Texas says that every single summer, no matter what." I thought that was a little amusing. And then I have this one, which features twins, and one of the twins' husbands wants to kill her, and there's bank fraud and murder mayhem, and right up my alley. Not my husband's alley, but that's okay. We like different things, and that's fine. So if you include all those books, plus the fact that I want to read more of the Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I want to start reading the Zodiac Academy, I have plenty of books to choose from this month. This in February, I actually read 8 books total. Well, more than that if you count graphic novels, but I'm not counting those. Even though they're books, not counting them because they're really simple and easy to read through. So I read 8 books in February, and March is a little longer, so I feel like I could probably get away with reading a couple more. That's about it. All right, so Maggie says, "That is the truth about living in Texas. Every summer is the hottest summer ever, like every winter in Minnesota is the coldest winter ever." All right, it's true. Hey, Heather. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Last 3 summers, every time we travel around anywhere, every time we were there, I just felt like I was being overdramatic because I was thinking to myself, wow, it's so hot here. But I'm not from here. But then all the locals that are there all the time were like, it never gets this hot. It didn't matter where we were, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Texas, Louisiana, never gets this hot. Okay, so those are the books that I am interested in reading this month. And if you're interested in reading or learning more about the readathon, because I suck at talking about instructions for things, the announcement video is in the description box down below. And also, one of the prompts for the Realmathon is to steal a book from someone's TBR. So if you sign up, you could totally, take one of my books and read it yourself. I know that Alice Reed's, she was here at the beginning, and I think 3 or 4 of my books is also on her TBR too. I'm on Team Monarchs, and I chose that one because icon's a butterfly and it's purple. So I like butterflies. I like purple. So generally, if the teams have a color and it's purple, I'm usually joining that team. And each team has a couple of co-hosts, and Four Paws and a Book is one of them, and Book Refuge is another. I haven't watched much of Book Refuge's channel, but I watch Four Paws and a Book quite a lot. Yay! Have you done a TBR yet? I'm interested to see what books you have on yours. Not like I'm needing more books to choose from, really. Okay, I'm going to end this. Thanks everyone that showed up, and this is available for replay. Any of the books if any of the books I'm reading are interesting to you, let me know down in the comments, and I'd like to know what books you have on your radar to read this month, and let me know if you're joining as well. Okay. Happy editing. I'm gonna get off here and check in on the children. They've been really quiet. Make sure they're alive, and finish up dinner. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.